It's summertime, Trevor. You know what that means?
Swamp ass?
Oh, that's right. But also, it's a time for some big movies to come out. And I can't think of a better movie to start our summer 2026 than discussing a madcap comedy involving a cavalcade of stars.
You mean we're gonna watch It's a Mad 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 Mad
One eternity later.
Mad 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 World?
No, the other one.
Oh, Rat Race?
No, the other one.
Oh, third tier Mad World. Of course. I should have aimed way lower.
But don't fret, chum. To ease us into the pain, we got a returning special guest star. I'll give you a hint. They were with us when we were watching The Wiz.
Your twin sister, Jackie?
No, the other one.
Oh.
Oh, look, it's our special guest, Bob. Wait a minute, how long have you been here?
Since you started this dumb bit, fuck you guys. I'm going home.
But you're already home.
So does this mean we don't need to watch Scavenger Hunt?
No. I got an idea for an intro, so hold on.
Oh, we have another intro?
Trevor, this is the intro to the intro. Just like our movie, we gotta stretch this out to get to the actual bit of the podcast.
We gotta get this to at least 45 minutes.
So I got this can of cool C4 Jolly Rancher Green Apple Energy Drink, and I'm just gonna open this up and take a nice little swig. Just hold on a second while I get... there you go. That goes down real smooth. Anyway, welcome to What Is This?
It's a great bit already.
Welcome to What Is This? A podcast about the strangest, weirdest, most obscure movies you've never heard of, but probably should have. Trevor, how are you doing on this fine summer day?
It could technically be worse.
That's true, it could be worse. You know what's not making it worse is we got our special guest that you heard on top of the hour. You know him, you love him. It's Mr. Bob Wells. Say hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, that's enough. Well, Bob, you've graciously decided to come back. You did promise that we were going to do an episode together after we had to do that Wiz, everybody's favorite movie that we covered. Just don't bring it up to certain friends in my group, and, we won't have any complaints. Anyway, we're here to talk about a movie that is near and dear to Bob's heart. It is a 1970s movie, 1979 movie exactly. It's called Scavenger Hunt. And, Bob, why don't you give us a little bit of a history about this movie and why you selected it for us?
All right, I would love to, but real quick, I just have to touch back on your last podcast. I really enjoyed the Rockadoodle content, which reminds me, Trevor, I got a quick question. Being as how I was a Rockadoodle fan as a kid, I have to ask, with your obsession with Goldie, exactly how far within proximity are you allowed to a zoo before the sirens go off and they call the authorities?
Let's just say I'm already too close.
His house is right next to the what is it, the Columbus State Zoo? Is that what it is?
Yes. I don't know if it's the Columbus State Zoo, but it is the famous Columbus Zoo. It's incredible. Actually, it's better than the San Diego Zoo, which was in Scavenger Hunt.
They have his picture right next to the monkeys.
they do.
We know what Trevor does with those monkeys. We know.
But anyway, just to carry this along, Scavenger Hunt was one of the first movies that my family introduced me to. It was one that we kind of just watched on tradition yearly, just had like a movie night kind of thing, and some of the catchphrases and, well, quote unquote catchphrases were just repeated in family trips and vacations and everything, and it was just, it's a family thing. It's long story short. It's also one of the first movies I believe I showed Jackie when we started dating. We had a movie night with my family, and that was kind of like a deciding moment on whether she wanted to continue our relationship.
Which, if you don't mind me interrupting, unfortunately, Jackie could not be here. She had to do some, Broadway-related thing. But she did give us a couple clips of her discussing the same moment, Bob, when she watched the movie with you for the very first time. So there's a couple clips here. So let me introduce the first one. This is her reaction when she's first watching the movie.
I've made a huge mistake.
Anyways, thank you very much, Jackie. We'll get back to some more clips of her a little bit later. But Bob, so basically, it's kind of funny that you like this movie. So this is your movie growing up. My movie growing up is something that I showed Trevor a while back, not for the podcast, just for fun. It's a mad, 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 mad world. I'm not going to go as long as Trevor did in the intro, but that's a movie that I grew up. It was very like sentimental to me with the grandparents that I lived with, because they had like the two VHS cassette like tape of that movie. It's kind of the same situation, so I kind of get what you're saying in terms of this movie, but yeah, this movie. Trevor, is there a nice way you could put this movie?
I liked it enough. I have a feeling we're going to represent the spectrum here. You got Bob, who loves this. I think I'm going to be somewhere in the middle, and I think you're going to hate it, is my prediction.
I think, man, I guess I got to be bad cop here. I will say...
Yeah, finally.
No surprise.
No surprise. Yeah, no, I'm always the bad cop. Mr. Positive. That's what I'm always named in this circle of friends and family. Yeah, I think I'll be bad cop. I kind of do lean a little bit towards Trevor, though, just to be fair to Bob, just to try not to make this all piling on him. There's some really funny stuff here, but for the most part, it's like... This is basically a Mad World type of movie, and it just gets a lot of it wrong. A lot
not mad enough.
of it wrong. No, it's certainly not mad
enough.
It's too grounded. That's the thing we came up with while we were watching it. This is too grounded in reality. There's not enough cartoonery in this movie.
No, not enough buffoonery or cartoonery.
Yeah, no, there's no Jim Carrey for the buffoonery part that I can't stand.
And it could have been trimmed by about, 30 minutes or so, maybe 40.
Like, Bob, I don't know how you feel about this, but sometimes when a movie goes long, it feels really long. And unfortunately for me, at least, this movie was like 20 minutes too long.
As a kid, watching it with family and everything, I just kind of just associated like all like the fun moments and that kind of stuff. But now watching it with you guys and really kind of seeing it through a clear lens kind of thing, I can agree with that. Seeing it, there are some jokes that like, it's cool, but then it kind of goes on for too long, or it drags out for no reason, and we could have cut this movie, an hour.
Take a look at the opening bit of the movie.
Well, which opening bit? The animated ostrich that shows up for 5 seconds and then disappears?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, we do have to start with that, because what a weird choice.
Originally it was going to be animated, but then Disney sent a cease and desist letter, and yeah, it caused them to go right to live action.
Wait, what? Really?
No.
No.
Oh. I thought maybe there was some good lore here.
This is 70s Disney. It doesn't sound.
You'd be surprised. You don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the happiest little ostrich with Charles Nelson Riley as the ostrich. Yeah. You never know. They could have done that movie.
Bright eyes.
Better cut that fucking ostrich.
But where we should start, before we continue a little bit further in the movie, as we always do with the opening here, we always talk about a little bit behind the camera of this movie. So, Scavenger Hunt, 1979. This was directed by Mr. Michael Schultz, who is not a name that probably people remember, but Trevor, you know one of his movies, because one of his movies that he's worked on is awesome. He did The Last Dragon.
Once again, this is not a movie that I've seen. You keep confusing me with someone who has seen The Last Dragon.
I saw you've seen this movie. It's a great movie.
No! We talked about this last time where you're like, oh, it's Michael Schwartz. But I don't know him.
What happened to all the other dragons? Why is this The Last Dragon?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. See, that's the kind of humor you expect from Bob or Scavenger Hunt.
That's why he's a returning guest.
Basically, that's a director. He also did movies such as Car Wash, the Mr. T vehicle, and also Cooley High. These are all 70s movies that Trevor will never watch in his lifetime.
That I've never watched, and I never will.
No, Car Wash is okay. Last Dragon's a fun movie. Trevor will watch it at some point. Someday he'll watch that movie.
Well, we'll see. Maybe if you force me to watch it.
Well, of course. This is all this podcast is forcing you to watch things. So the writers of this movie, looking it up, there's 4 writers. Always a good sign for a comedy.
What?
Like 4 writers. You got Stephen Hale, Henry Harper, John Thompson. None of them went on to do anything after this movie, by the way. They one and done.
Bunch of milquetoast sounding white men.
But one writer I did see was a guy named Jerry Woolery. His claim to fame on IMDb is a bunch of erotic softcore movies of the 70s and a sketch comedy called Jokes My Folks Never Told Me, which is just dirty jokes for 90 minutes.
That explains a lot after watching this.
Does it? There's really not a lot of dirty humor. I was kind of hoping more of that.
Well, it does start with a dirty joke, so I guess
right.
maybe that was his joke.
I'm in your melon patch now, says the sexy nurse to Vincent Price. And basically, that's really about it behind the cameras. I was looking to see who the stuntmen were, because there were some good stunts in this, and in car chases. But, like, yeah, a lot of one-and-dones. No, this movie didn't get a lot of people, become Hollywood moguls as the years went on.
Nope, didn't make careers and probably should have ended a few.
Well, it definitely ended a few. Here's the thing, though. I was looking at the actors. The problem with this movie is that, and I don't want to compare it to this all the time, but it is basically a blatant ripoff of Mad Mad World. It's one of the keys of that movie is it's all the celebrities of the time are in there, all the great comedic stars and some dramatic stars too. This movie just has a bunch of random folk, and a lot of them are sitcom or soap opera actors, so there's really not a lot to go on here when it comes to the celebrity portion. I mean, you get some big guys. You get Roddy McDowall from Planet of the Apes. You got the aforementioned Vincent Price. You got Cleavon Little from Blazing Saddles. Is that doing anything for you?
You got Scatman Crothers or whatever.
Yeah, you got Scatman Crothers. He doesn't get an axe to the stomach, but he still gets some time here.
Got Flounder from Animal House.
Got Flounder. Yeah, that was a shock. I didn't even write that dude down because I didn't recognize the name, but good for him. He was in this movie too. Shockingly playing a fat guy. Can you believe it?
Well, to your point that you were just talking about, I feel like this is, now looking at it, it's like, when movies come out and there's usually that one that does really well, and then there's like that knockoff. Like, I think the most recent one that I remember was the A-Team and the Losers, where, like, I mean, granted, like, the A-Team obviously didn't do as well, but they had the better marketing, and like it was supposed to be like the bigger movie, and that did fine. And the Losers, it wasn't bad, it didn't have the same kind of push as the other one.
See, here's that's a good explanation there, Bob. I don't want to 100% disagree with you. The problem is those are still good movies. This is not a good movie, so I don't think this had a chance no matter what.
Never said it was an Oscar winner. It's just something to watch.
What's funny is that I'm looking up when this movie came out. Can you believe it? This came out during Christmas season of 1979. This is Fox's idea of a big blockbuster for Christmas season.
Is that why there's so much damn Christmas music in this? There's so much Christmas music.
Oh, right. Yeah, there was a lot of copyright free. There's a scene where they're playing the Nutcracker Suite, and then it turns into a disco song with lyrics, and I'm like, what is this editing?
Yeah, they made a remix of a Christmas Nutcracker song, and I was like, what are we doing here?
See, I'm just looking, because movies were different back then, ladies and gentlemen. When a movie came out, it would stay out for a long time, but also the same principle applied where all the big heavy hitters were coming out during the Christmas season. Here, you got a big cavalcade of movies coming out in 1979 Christmas. You got the first Star Trek movie. You got Steven Spielberg's flop 1941. You got Steve Martin in The Jerk. Can you imagine picking this movie over The Jerk? One of the greatest comedies ever made. Hal Ashby's Being There. That's a fantastic movie. Highly recommend that one. You got, for dramas, you got Dustin Hoffman, Meryl Streep, and Kramer versus Kramer. You got this is a Jackie movie, Bob Fosse's All That Jazz. You got Disney's The Black Hole. And then you got Scavenger Hunt.
Black hole in itself.
All those came out the same week, huh?
Not all the same week. The same month, though. This is what Scavenger Hunt had to fight.
One hell of a week.
Same day, Trevor.
Man.
Same day.
How do I choose?
Fox is like, which movies do you want to release? All of them. So yeah, there's some actors in this movie. Some actors.
Technically, they were on-screen actors.
You got Meatloaf. Is that doing anything for you? This is not Fight Club Meatloaf or even a Rocky Horror Picture Show Meatloaf. It's just Meatloaf in biker gear. That's about it.
I'd rather be just eating a plate of meatloaf instead.
Ugh. Super dry with a lot of breadcrumbs.
With some ketchup.
Audience was running out there like a bat out of hell.
Bravo. Bravo.
That's why you bring him around. He brings the references.
Are you the erotic writer that was on Scavenger Hunt?
No comment.
That's the kind of laughter we had throughout the whole movie while Bob was just splitting his sides. But yeah, that's basically all I got in terms of trivia or like behind the scenes stuff with this movie. There's clearly not a lot going on.
All the fun stuff to talk about.
Movie critics in terms of their reviews. So I got a Gene Siskel review of this movie, and he starts it off by saying it's excruciatingly dull. What the observation is like, Coco and his team disconnect a toilet. Randall gets knocked down by a safe. Benjamin steals items from another team. Isn't that a scream? Aren't your sides splitting?
Mine was.
Every once in a while it was.
My dog of the week is one of the most pathetic comedies I've ever seen. It's Scavenger Hunt. Boy, is this dumb. All people wander around like Tony Randall and Cloris Leachman. They run all over San Diego trying to swipe an entire toilet and a set of antlers. That's all there is to Scavenger Hunt, which is not only about collecting trash. This is trash.
So Trevor, what is the funniest scene in this entire movie?
For me, it was when the Japanese gardener was trying to kill himself at the end.
Well, that's literally the last seconds of the movie. I don't know if that's recency bias, to be honest.
It's a little bit of recency bias, but also there was genuinely like a pretty funny gag to me.
I will say I think my funniest gag was us just finding new ways to make fun of how much of a sad sack Tony Randall single dad is in this movie.
And I don't know if that was played for any laughs or not. There was a point where they did juxtapose it, where like the cop who's high off laughing gas, he's like laughing, and then it cuts to him being really sad, and I was like, is this like is there a joke
Everybody's
here?
all happy. It's like, oh.
Yeah, which did make us laugh. Yeah.
The joke is that he's not getting any because he's got little kids to deal with.
No, and his wife is dead or gone. I don't know which one.
Did he kill the wife? Now that's a movie right there.
Ooh, now there's a movie.
You know, Portrait of a Serial Killer came up a few times in this movie, and that probably would be the most accurate.
Oh my god, there's so many instances where people are just getting run off the road or getting hit in the road, or they're just got this van. There's a lot of vans in this movie where you're cramming people in. Serial killers are happening in this universe, that's for sure. But what I think my biggest problem with this movie, and we're talking about jokes, is that there's just so many there's so many setup scenes, but the payoffs are just not very funny or well executed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Just yeah.
Like that.
I think one of the best examples is I'll go with a positive into a negative. I think the best trio that we follow in this movie is Roddy McDowall, James Coco, and Cleavon Little. That's the butler, the cook, and the chauffeur. We're following them getting their scavenger stuff. James, Roddy, and Cleavon, their characters, they go into a convenience store and they have to rob a cash register. And the joke should be that they're just so bumbling and inept, but I swear this scene takes like 10 times longer than it needs to be just to get to the punchline, which is they didn't steal the money. That's it. That's the punchline.
Yeah, there's a lot of examples in this movie where the scene goes on for longer than it should, and the most obvious joke is either missed or they just take their really sweet time to get to it, which, 70s pacing, which is why I complain about every 70s movie.
The more we watch 70s movies together, Trevor, the more your hypothesis becomes
the more I'm right. I'm always right.
Trevor, has there ever been a 70s movie that goes against that? Like, has there been an example?
Never. Actually, I mean, probably, oh god.
Willy Wonka, maybe?
Star Wars?
All right, no, come on, guys, be serious.
Don't list good movies.
Oh, the first Star Wars movie is pretty damn boring, let's be honest.
No, it's an exciting
Yes, it
movie.
is.
And then you add those Cerveza commercials in the Spanish dub, and it's brilliant stuff.
That is pretty great.
Cerveza Cristal. Cerveza Cristal.
I said Willy Wonka, but then you got Good Luck Charlie or whatever that song is. God, that song sucks. That song completely derails the movie for like 5 minutes.
All right, let's talk about Willy Wonka for the next 40 minutes, please.
Oh, a good comedy.
Blues Brothers.
But I will say there are some random one-liners in here that just don't work for the scene but are great for evergreen quotes. So
Yeah.
like again, during that robbery scene, you got like James Coco saying, "I have no holes," and I'll let you decide, viewer, what that means.
Yeah, or like a really random gag that I really enjoyed, a good joke, was at the very end, like this car gets split in half when it runs into another car.
Yes.
And this policeman is trying to get the whatever she is
Maid. Yeah, there's a
trying
maid
to-
character
yeah,
with them.
trying to get the maid arrest, and he's like, put your hands against the car, and she's like, oh, which half? And I thought that was a pretty good joke.
Yeah, there's a little. It's like that Family Guy joke. It's funny enough when an ostrich, it's like, ha ha ha. It's that throughout most of the movie.
But then, I don't know, there's a couple of other scenes that worked for me, not necessarily in a funny way, but just because, hey, there was actually some effort put into this. Like, we mentioned there's like a few good stunts, like they throw a safe out of a window and it lands on a car.
Yeah, that
and
was
up until
good.
that point, they were playing it really safe and really dry and really boring, where they're just kind of like moving the safe. And they set up these things where it's like, oh, it's gonna go through a window, and then it never does. But then it finally does.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a good payoff.
No, I like the some of the unplanned stunts, like the guy going down the main staircase, and then you just see him like eat it.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
You were so happy to point that out to us, is that guy eating shit.
I remember seeing that and just losing it every time I watch that movie, and it just
I'm surprised there wasn't any like trivia on that.
because like there's other stuff, there's other chaos going on, and that's the funniest part of the scene. Like it's just like there's a guy dressed as a mummy walking around. There's a guy in a night suit that gets knocked down the stairs. But the funniest thing,
I said it while we were watching it. Are those the dumbest people in the city of San Diego? How do they not? Why are they so scared of a dude dressed up as a mummy? It's not even a real mummy costume. It's just toilet paper wrapped around them. To the point where at the very end, the kids smarten up. They get scared initially, and they're like, "Hey, wait a minute! Real mummies don't wear hats."
and it's the kids that figure it out, not the adults, which is just what kind of gets me. It's just like, okay.
I just try to think, what else is there to this? What else is there to this movie, Bob? Help us, please help us.
Yeah, come on, Bob. You've seen this 57 times.
70 times.
I don't think you're too far off because this for a while it was
Oh, you know what? Wait, Bob. You know what? I do have another quote from Jackie. She graciously again recorded some lines for us. So let's go to Jackie with her feelings while watching the movie the first time.
With TV, be more funny.
And we're back.
that Jackie. She always knows what to say.
Yeah, Jackie. You married a winner, Bob. You married a winner. Anyway, back to this movie. Speaking of winners, you know who the biggest winner out of all this? Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up in this
Oh
movie.
God, I forgot he was even in this.
Yeah, I was so psyched because I'm like, hell yeah, he's the 70s gym instructor with the shag carpeting and
Moldy walls.
only trivia that I thought was funny that was not written by Michael Schultz, by the way. You're saying like, oh, I'm surprised that's not in the IMDb trivia. Most of the trivia is like written stuff from an interview of Michael Schultz, which I think he just pasted on the IMDb trivia himself.
Oh, absolutely.
But one of them is saying that Arnold did not want to take his shirt off for this scene because he was starting filming for Conan the Barbarian, and he wanted to show those goods in that movie, not this fucking, random ass comedy in 1979.
Even though he surely must have taken his shirt off in Hercules in New York or something, right? Like, seems like a weird excuse.
Who realistically watched that movie, Trevor?
Who watched Scavenger Hunt?
Bob did.
I watched Scavenger Hunt.
Get the box office data. Who else watched it?
Oh, maybe not. I
See, I was trying to find box office data there. I did not see any. Let me dig a little further.
See, no one saw this.
There isn't any. It didn't make anything.
See, it says here the budget was $7 million, but there's no box office information on this movie, which, probably says a lot.
The original film reel for this is in a box somewhere where Lost Ark is from Raiders of the Lost Ark, that big warehouse, and it's just, shipped out somewhere.
Bob, where's the box office results for this movie? It's with
Top men.
Top Men. Oh, that scene also, by the way, speaking of stunts with Arnold just chucks a medicine ball at Tony Randall.
Hey, you have absolutely no physical training. Here's this big ball.
Just throws this medicine ball at Tony Randall right in the chest. Didn't even plan it, because like the safe, we were waiting for that safe to go through the window. Tony Randall just flies through this window after he gets hit with the medicine ball.
Yeah, it's a great little stunt.
But we needed more of that cartoony stuff.
We did.
Yeah, there's just no cartooniness to this movie, which Mad World, again, I find it interesting that I've shown Trevor this movie, but Bob has never seen a single frame of that movie, apparently, which has to be rectified immediately.
I think at most I've only seen maybe like a clip or two, and it was just like in passing. And if I'm gonna watch that movie and like really pay attention to it, I want to see it from beginning to end. And the opportunity just has never gotten around to it. So That is on my list.
You know what's another thing about this movie I don't like is the 70s-ness of it, which I guess can't be helped because it was filmed in the 70s.
There were so many gross interiors.
Oh, so many mustard color interiors in this movie.
Just shag carpets in like a wedding gown store or something, like just disgusting.
There's no way that wedding gown store was not like a substitute for porno back then, the set. There's no way. Absolutely no way. I think, Trevor, you had a good observation though. One of the, I think that same wedding like store, at least the wallpaper reminded you of something.
Yeah, it looked like the Backrooms, which maybe this was like a stealth psyop that A24 was putting that into my brain.
Did Kane Parsons direct Scavenger Hunt? Highly unusual for a 20-year-old to, direct Tony Randall and Scatman Crothers.
To go back in time.
He has The Shining.
You got that shine in you, boy. And that shine is doing 10-minute YouTube videos about yellow wallpapered rooms that go forever. Somehow you're gonna get the guy from Doctor Strange to star in your movie.
Make it in Blender.
Better a blender than a paper shredder.
The Unnatural Horrors, is that Scavenger Hunt or is that the Backrooms?
Why not both?
I found something. In the store.
Okay. What did you find?
The place. I found a place.
Hello?
आपको खुशामदीद कहते हैं।
Anyone there?
Look, I know how this sounds, but you gotta understand, it's massive in there.
Clark, what is this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I've been here every night since I found the place, and I still barely scratched the surface.
All these rooms, this place builds them. It's like a maze, it just goes on and on. It's beautiful. Am I right?
Hello?
I guess the only other running gag about this movie that I kept notes of is basically two things. One, lots of ostriches. So many ostriches. Some would say there's way too many ostriches.
And one who seemed untrained. We made note of that.
Yeah, one's wearing like a black cloth over its face, which I believe they use for training purposes, to help ease the bird. So I assume one of those birds was attacking people and they had to have cloth on the entire shoot.
Make it think it's nighttime or something.
He was trying out for a role to be an executioner on the stage next door, so didn't quite get it.
Yeah, another joke, which, I think we can all agree with, is side-splitting hilarity is just there's so many fat people. They just love their food so much they can't stop eating.
It was pretty funny to see all those fat people eating.
Talk about unnatural horror. They just have 4 stomachs and can just keep stuffing their face over and over again.
They did go to Jack in the Box, though, which I do miss that place.
Yeah, 70s Jack in the Box. That was fun.
They get the boiled tacos.
Boiled tacos? Ugh. No, thank you.
Boiled tacos? That's different.
Yeah, they boil their tacos. That's what they do at Jack in the Box. They boil the tacos.
Trevor, you're telling me they take a whole taco and then they just boil it?
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Including the lettuce, but that makes it all soggy.
That's what I've been told. Am I been wronged?
We know it's true because his voice went up an octave. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a place for stoners because that's who they market it to these days, but I don't know. I feel like I want some more quality when I'm stoned eating Jack in the Box at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yo, man. You know what would go great right now? Some boiled tacos and Skyline chili.
That's why they're so wet when you pull them out.
I don't know what Jack in the Box you're going to where they're wet.
They're dripping.
Why are they dripping?
The one I went to, it did.
What was the color of that liquid that was coming out?
It was red.
It was... Oh, mother, blood!
Because because of the beef juice.
The beef juice. Oh, man, you're really making this appetizing, aren't you?
And I want to go to Jack in the Box, but that's 3,000 miles away from me.
See, he says Jack in the Box, but it's really a dumpster in an alley.
Oh, it's the same thing.
It's like...
I gotta get the Munchie Box, man.
Do you want them to do a collaboration with Munchies? Is that what you're talking about, Trevor?
With Munchie by Dom DeLuise?
Yes, the same movie. The Munchie Box.
We have to watch Munchie first.
Well, we saw the Munchies. We saw that one, but we didn't see
No,
Munchies.
we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. Hold on. Are you sure?
We had a whole... Ladies and gentlemen, we did a whole month where we watched Gremlins knockoffs, and one of them was Munchies. We saw that.
Oh, you're talking about Munchies. Well, and then there's Munchie, and then there's a sequel to Munchie called Munchie Strikes Back.
Yes.
Wait, Munchies is related to Munchie?
I believe so. I believe when they did a sequel, Munchie, it turned into Munchie with Dom DeLuise. That's what happened.
But Munchie is not in Munchies.
No, he's not. He should have been. It would have been a better movie.
This is all very confusing. What a confusing franchise.
It's all making me want a grilled cheese. Saying cheese.
You're sounding like Flounder from Animal House over there. Could I have 10,000 fat people, please? Hey, Flounder was dressed pretty sharply. If I wasn't not a 400-pound man anymore, I'd buy that shirt, because that shirt was pretty sweet.
Tied to the hood. Yeah, I think I'd put you on the hood of my car, too.
Why was he even in the movie? He just, showed up at the end.
Yeah, Trevor makes a good point. So there's a fat guy originally, then they get away from him and they get a fat lady. And then the original fat guy comes back. And then all of a sudden, this dude, one of the other scavenger hunt people, just grabs a, Flounder. And he just shows up and he has dialogue. It's like, we got 8 scenes missing here. Why is he a character all of a sudden?
That was another thing about this that confused the hell out of me, where there should have been a close-up of the list. And they should have, they're not going to go through the list because that would be boring. But I don't know, I had no idea at any moment what they were actually trying to get, and so I was very confused scene from scene, where I'm like, what are they trying to get? Because no one's said anything yet.
I think that's why they had everybody getting the same type of item, because if they tried to make a different item for each person, that would have just confused everybody that was watching it.
But even then, the scene where they go to get the cash register, I didn't even realize that's what they were doing, and maybe that's just because I'm stupid and I'm not paying attention, but I feel like at no point I had any idea what anyone was actually trying to get.
Yeah, Bob, when Trevor's like, duh, what's happening? That's just his normal saying. He's,
duh,
what's scavenger hunt?
That's my normal. Yeah.
Do you want us to slow down for you, Trevor?
But am I wrong? Did you guys... I know you did, Bob, because you've seen this a billion times. But Mike, did you know what they were going from to get scene from scene? No, I don't think so.
Not really, no. It would have been handy if we had a master list of something. Yeah, you're right. We don't need a 5-minute scene. But you know what? This movie draws out everything. Why don't we have a 5-minute scene of explaining every...
Exactly.
They draw out everything else. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
What's funny is that apparently there's a limerick that happens with each item. So it's how long is this list? Because it's the size of a loose leaf paper. How many items can actually be on this list?
Yeah, by the end they have 100 items.
Yeah, and they do the bullshit thing where it's oh, we're gonna band together to stop the bad guys because we finally have an antagonist. Just 40 minutes left in the movie. I think that's another problem with the movie, is that they have antagonists. Again, it's ripping off of Mad World. Mad World doesn't really have antagonists. It's just chaos for 2.5 hours. That's what this movie needed to be. It just needed to be chaos for 2.5 hours.
It needed more chaos, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no chaos. There's no foxes saying chaos reign. There's none of that stuff in this movie.
No chaos control, Sonic or anything.
No Sonic, no.
Oh, we're not talking about Sonic. Unless we're talking about their chili dogs.
Which goes into Skyline Chili. Has Skyline Chili done a promotional thing for Sonic yet?
No, why would they? Oh, you mean Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
Right. I thought you meant, yeah, okay.
No, what did you say? What did you think Bob and I meant when we said Sonic?
Because there's a fucking drive-in restaurant called Sonic, so I thought you were oh, did they do a Skyline Chili thing with Sonic? No, they wouldn't.
Why am I Chicago?
No, they wouldn't. Can we talk about the weird video game he was playing at the very beginning?
Oh, right, Vincent Price. So Vincent Price is in this movie again. He does not talk.
You wouldn't know it.
That's trivia in the movie, where his opening scene, he was supposed to have talking, jokes and all, but he said, no, it'd be funnier if I said nothing at all. And I'm like, Yeah, just lay in bed with a hot lady for your entire day's shoots. That's a good idea, Vince.
And it worked. He collected that check and he was out.
I'll see if I can try and get this posted on the video side of things for our podcast. But yeah, he plays this massive, like, remote-controlled board game. And I gotta tell you, it looks pretty sweet. I would want this.
It does look cool, but it also, it's not something you could sell in, like, a store or anything like that.
No.
So it's just a custom-made thing he made for himself.
It's like a very elaborate Frogger.
It's like the Game of Life, but with Frogger, or like frogs. It's like very strange. And it goes on for like 5 minutes, even though the joke is clear within 15 seconds.
Yes, and it does another thing that I hate about bad comedies. And again, this is better than most bad comedies I've seen. However, what bad comedies do is everybody has to keep talking. There's never a moment to breathe. There's never a moment where we can just cut away. So this nurse, because again, Vincent Price, smartest man in the entire shoot, just said nothing for this entire sequence. It's just the nurse talking, and she just won't shut up what we're seeing on the screen. It is so annoying.
Yeah, and there's a lot. Every character in this is just kind of an annoying caricature who just, won't stop talking.
Having said that, though, later on, like a couple minutes later, when they're doing the will to set up this whole scavenger hunt premise, Vincent Price does do like a Beyond the Grave voiceover of like the whole game rules, and goddamn, he's the best actor running circles in voice acting. He is so fucking great, just hamming it up and just being a douchebag in that entire recording.
Of course, it's a 70s movie, so it's shot really flatly and very boringly.
Sometimes that's some of the fancy sequences, because they're like in like a mansion in that scene, and there's a couple other fancy places to go to. I swear it's like Kubrick's like Barry Lyndon, some of these shots. It's just very off-putting.
Well, don't compare it to Barry Lyndon, because then that makes it sound like it looks great.
Michael Schultz got the most rare lens to put on his camera.
NASA to make lenses for him, for Scavenger Hunt.
Maybe he was just trying to stand out, do something different. If everybody else is doing the same thing, then it didn't work, movie-wise, but
I want to make the most boring comedy ever made.
And by gummit, I did it. So yeah, that's kind of all I got for this movie.
Did we talk about the car chase?
Oh, right, the car chase. They've run into some cream pies. That's not that kind of cream pies.
No, not that kind, but real cream pies. And a fat guy eats them.
Aside from Vincent Price, that's one of the more lively parts of the movie.
Well, yeah, that's when I woke up from my nap, because when you pitch this as like. You pitched this as like a Mad World ripoff, but and so I thought, it's going to be like a fun car chase for 2 hours. No, it's not. It's a fun car chase for like 5 minutes.
They pull a John Landis and they go through like a establishing storefront. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was just one random shot. They could get the rights to go. They got permission to go through one abandoned store, and that was it.
Couldn't do the Blues Brothers where they're going through a mall. It's like, oh no, the new Oldsmobiles are in this year.
Yeah, and I like seeing the people in the background just watching. That's another staple of these 70s movies. Like if they're especially out in public, they don't care if there's people in the background watching. That's just part of the fun, is just watching this happen.
They're filming in this little population 5,000 town, so by golly, old man Jenkins is coming out and watching the show.
I love that you think in 1979 San Diego is a 5,000 people town.
That wasn't San Diego. They probably filmed that in somewhere else, the outskirts of San Diego.
It's actually 4,000, okay? Get it right.
And half of them was the San Diego Chargers that we saw later in this movie. Yeah, it's weird. Just again, Bob's never seen it, so eventually he will watch it and he's like, oh, I get it now. But there's so many of these Cannonball Run, Mad World ripoffs, and they just don't hit like they think they do with those movies. Those, maybe not so much Cannonball Run, but Mad World. Mad World was just the perfect time, the perfect place, the perfect set of writers, the perfect set of cast, the director that really, 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 really wanted to make a good movie. This just feels so, I don't know. It just feels very lazy.
I do think they should remake it, though. They should make another one. Like a modern...
Well, it's called Rat Race. That's what they did.
Another good movie.
I haven't seen that.
You've never seen Rat Race. I'm surprised.
You shouldn't be. What's wrong with you?
I mean, it's not a 70s movie. It's an early aughts movie.
I will admit, that is a little better than Scavenger Hunt.
Wait, it was made by a Zucker?
It's got John Cleese. It's got Mr. Bean.
Well, now I have to see it. All right, put it on the list. I'm watching this.
It's got Seth Green in it. How can you not like that,
Oh, well, I'll close my eyes during his scenes, but... Why did I think this movie was directed by Brett Ratner for some reason? It's called Rat Race.
It's called Rat Race. Man, is that seriously how your brain works? That's how you thought? It's called Rat Race. A guy named Brett Ratner.
Ratner. Come on. There's no other explanation.
In that mindset, does that mean John Landis is only filming stuff about land? Is that how we were doing this? James Cameron is making movies about cameras. Like,
Here, unlike Scavenger Hunt, I'm gonna revise your joke. Well, he did try to film something off land, but it didn't work out very well, especially for 2 children and a guy. Oh man, that guy murdered 3 people. Anyway, yeah, I think that's really about it. Bob, I'm sorry that you had to experience this. We all razzed on your movie. It has such sentimental value.
It comes with the territory, you know. Sit there, listen to the losers diss your movie. It's fine.
This feels like when your 7-year-old son shows you his home movie, and you're like, "Oh, that was great, son. Way to go."
Hey, Dad, I colored you a picture. Yeah, that's great. And throws it out.
Yeah, well, it's no Picasso, but
Bob, we got one more clip from Jackie. I think that's gonna set it off real nice. It's gonna wrap everything in a bow. You're gonna have a smile on your face. So one more clip with Jackie just describing her experience with this movie.
It stinks. It stinks. It stinks.
That's right, Jackie. Everything stinks. And there you go.
Such a sweet woman.
You married such an angel.
I know, right?
Well, I think that about does it. I'm going to draw this out just like the movie. We're going to do 40 more minutes of, finishing conclusion. Just going to keep talking.
I could say, I can continue talking about Mad World.
Hey, Mike, you can't do that. That's duplication.
Oh, God.
Oh, great reference.
God, that asshole said duplication so many goddamn times at the end.
It's a duplication.
That's a duplication. You got to cross that off. Duplication. Cornfield. You got to get rid of that duplication. That, us mocking it, is funnier than what it actually is on screen for 10 minutes.
I feel like that's part of it. Like, yeah, it's a bad movie, but like between who you watch it with and just like the nostalgia of it, at least for me, like it's one of those things that you can see like if you're stuck somewhere and it's just like on TV, like just whatever, and then you turn it off and switch it to something better. But it's just like, I don't know.
I think that's not a bad way to put it. If this is on TV, I'll leave it on. Whatever. I'll do the chores. I'll take a nap. I'm not missing anything.
Wow, great raving review for this. That's how we should all be consuming our art.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Hey, look, would you rather have that review or how Gene Siskel tore it to shreds?
Well, where is he now? That's all I'm going to say. So.
Hey, Gene, do you hear that under there? Okay, well, I'm going to stop desecrating a movie critic hero of mine. Anyway, so that was Scavenger Hunt, 1979. Bob, thank you so much for coming back while we mock your loved ones and your treasures.
Thank you for having me. It's always an honor.
We'll definitely have you back, and hopefully a better movie the next time you come back.
And you cannot pick the next one. I'm sorry. We will sign up to you.
You're going to be watching the movie we're watching next week off the podcast, Island of the Dead with Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah, can we talk about Island of the Dead?
It's going to be Malcolm McDowell versus thousands of zombie flies. How does that work? You'll find out never, probably.
No, we're never doing an episode on it. Probably.
Oh, well, why did you say that? Now it's on record. We have to do it.
I want to talk about ghost zombie flies.
How can you lose with that premise? But yes, all right. Well, that's it for us. So, Bob, why don't you say goodbye to the audience?
Bye to the audience.
Trevor, you do the same.
Goodbye.
All right, and that's it. Cue the copyright-free bingo music.
So does this mean we don't need to watch Scavenger Hunt?
No.
Hopefully I did not clip the mic.
I'm pretty sure you clipped the mic.
It just like it immediately cut out.